Hello,
Hello, welcome
everybody.
everyone.
Okay, fine. You go. You go. Okay, go.
You said you lost your notes. Hello, welcome everyone to the weekly podcast where over our 17 episodes, we realized that we should make more YouTube shorts.
Yeah. Okay, context for the viewers. Obviously, we have not been doing a great job with marketing this thing, and Artha
Mhm.
decides to just share a screenshot with me for all the shorts that he created for the first ever podcast that we ever put out, like late last year. And then he shows me that there are 600 views on each of these videos
No, no,
that
no,
he put
no.
together.
No,
Yeah.
one of them has 800 views.
Even better. Okay. Well, Artha, please tell me how you're going to continue doing this after this meeting.
I think it should be collaborative effort. I mean, too bad we fired our video intern.
Damn. Too bad. Too bad because
Too bad.
we had agreed. God. All right. Well, we're definitely going to start doing more of these. And
Yeah.
hopefully, you know what? I want to see if there's an easy way of just exporting from Riverside, the
Yeah.
tool that we use to film these
I think so.
podcasts. So
I think
we'll make
definitely
it happen.
short form is definitely a good way to just get like some awareness in. I think like we already have 17 episodes, and then if we make 3 shorts per episode, that's like 17 times 3,
Do
51.
we have 17 episodes? I swear we're at like episode 14, something like that. I don't
We
know, man.
have,
You tell me.
dude, we have there's this 12, 14. Sorry, you're right, 14. Yeah. Sorry, 14,
14.
and then with the 3 shorts, it becomes 17. Sorry, that's how it got 17.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. You know,
Yes. So
I'm
if you
committed.
compare our views in our normal format and compare it
Shit.
to the short format, it's like, yeah.
You know, we'll get it done. We'll get it done. I actually really like the momentum that we're doing with these. And
Indeed, indeed.
honestly, I will say I'm very appreciative that we have been able to keep up with this, like on a
I
week-to-week
know.
basis. So
Yeah. Cool beans.
let's get it.
Let's
Okay.
get it. But
So
yeah, what's new with you, Joseph?
what's new? What's new with me? I will say I'm getting way busier in I want to say I'm getting more productive, I'm getting more efficient, I'm incorporating more AI into my workflow, so I'm like I feel very productive these days. And I'm also trying to get the wife into social media, like what we were talking about right before this meeting. So pushback at every corner, which is fantastic because I can't say some bad things about it on the air. But you know, I think one day she'll thank me. I hope she listens to this, and one day she'll thank me for all the
And if
push
your
that I
wife
have.
listens to this, I just want to say I'm on her side. Why?
You
Why
know,
are you so pushy?
you know what? You know what? She hates making these social media content, which I totally get. I get it. She's not used to being on camera. However, where I want to push her to is share a lot of value on her social media. And I mean, the results show. Like I can see from her latest post that she put together. I'm sure you saw it too,
Yeah,
right? Like it got like 600 views. Just
I know.
you know,
Just like
600
our
views.
podcast.
Right? Yeah. Okay. So she puts out one piece of content, which I'm like, okay, maybe it took her like an hour to make. Great. An hour to make 1 minute of content. It is what it is. I expect that to be significantly faster over time. But she got 600 views on it, and then she got like 20 comments on it. Right?
Amazing.
Like you
Yeah.
can't beat that type of engagement on
Yeah.
that. Right? The
Yeah.
return on that is like 1 hour of time gets you 600 views. That's like 20x, 30x. Of course, like it could be more, but like that comes with consistency and making more content and putting that out there. So, anyways,
Yeah,
that is my frustration.
I think personally for me, because I do work in social media, one of the best reels I made had like 10,000 views.
Right? Yeah. And then I'm sure like you got some business opportunity out of it, right? Like you got some new clients, you got some whatever.
Indeed, I did. Yeah.
So like that's where my head's at. Like I'm actually trying to. So I didn't tell you this off air, but like I'm trying to push her into the more like subject matter expert field. So I want her to become a subject matter expert in the doula field and then be able to share the value. And then eventually I want to pivot her over to like online workshops and whatnot. So I want her to be more flexible with her schedule and not have to drive door to door to people to offer them,
I see.
to help them and whatnot. So I'm sure there's something scalable there where like it's less counting the more hours you're taking care of a baby kind of thing. So
absolutely. Well, you know what? I think you guys kind of have like a good dynamic going on, so I believe in you guys.
It's more like me push her and she pushes back.
Well, that's normal. It's called a relationship.
And then eventually she comes around to, agree with me, but it takes a little bit of time.
Man.
And hopefully when she listens to this, she's gonna look at me and be like, give me the usual side eye as she does. But yeah, what about you?
I give you the side eye.
But like, you I can push and feel less remorse for because,
because I'm not your wife. Yes.
Because we're not sleeping together.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yet. All right.
Keep that off air. Okay. Yeah, but what about you? What's new?
What about me? Just a bit of kind of like a rough start to the week. Too long didn't read story. It was just like, I guess like one of the projects didn't get, like the outcome wasn't as I expected. So it was a bit disappointing start. But you know what? This is the life. This is the life of a creative. You just have to bounce back. It's normal. It's the risk you take, right? Because like, this is like the same with like, employees with like bad day at the office. They don't make their boss happy. The same with me. It's just like bad day at the project. The client's not happy. But you know what? In the end, I think for me, what I learned is like, when you run a business and then like when you're as small as me, the best thing you can do is like, yes, you want to offer a good product, but the most important thing is like you want to offer trust. So trust that. Yeah. So that is the best currency.
Yeah, you'll bounce back, dude. I think I think it's just a rough time in the economy too, right? So like
yeah. I think
tariffs.
you know what? There are a lot of hurdles, but it doesn't help that like every week there's like a new tariff that I never heard that's like being proposed, and I'm like, okay.
I think I read in the news this morning that there's a 50% tariff. Trump wants to put a 50% tariffs on steel now, on Canadian steel as of this morning.
Okay.
And it's just stupid. This is in retaliation to the 25% surcharge that Ontario is placing on electricity. Like,
that's the thing. But by this point, he'll forget what like tariff he proposed. Even I forgot. I was like, wait, there's another tariff.
Yeah. I mean, I prefer, something happening as opposed to like just me being like, hey, I'm going to do it, like that guessing game that, again, market uncertainty and whatnot. So that's super annoying.
It also doesn't help that the market is like tanking as well.
Dude, yeah, that's.
So good luck, everyone. It's just kind of a tough time, but we got this, everyone. We got this.
I took a look at my stocks yesterday. I took a look at my crypto yesterday. It was sucks. Yeah.
Yeah. I told you not to buy that Trump coin, but who?
I just wanted him to have all my money,
And to clarify, you did not buy any Trump coin.
I did not. That
was a joke, everybody. Okay.
Please don't audit me.
Before we get the hate comments, that was a joke. But yeah, I guess we can jump into our topic this week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, something. You know what? Last thing I'll mention is what's in the news. We have a new prime minister, so that's something new. So Mark Carney, 80% of the votes. I just wrote that down, so I wanted to say that on the air. But it's cool.
Congrats to our new prime minister. I think like it's not a benefit or not, because I think the conservative and the liberals both have like kind of like really bad things happening to them.
Yes.
But what people didn't expect was like the rise of Donald Trump created like less trust in the conservative party in Canada, because like I think last year all the polls were like, oh yeah, 100% Poilievre.
Yep.
And then now it's like, oh no, wait, our neighbors down south elected a conservative lunatic. And then
This
now it's
guy is
like,
like a Canadian Trump.
yeah, I don't think he's like a Canadian Trump, but the fact that he's on the conservative side, everyone just assumed that it's like shit. We don't want that.
I mean, I've seen a couple of his interviews
Mm-hmm.
of him in interviews and stuff, and he definitely comes across as like a, to be honest, he comes across as an asshole, which
Like,
I'm like,
I
yeah,
think you know
I
what,
know some people like,
you
but
know
yeah,
what. I don't think it's like asshole, but it's like arrogant. Like it's like
yes,
I know my
that's what
shit
it is.
and you don't, right?
Yeah,
Or it's like Donald Trump is like, the fuck did you say?
no, no, no,
It's different. Like
yeah,
at least with whether Peter Polivier or like now Mark Carney, you can kind of like know what their next move is because they're
yeah,
politicians.
yep.
With Trump, you don't. One day he imposes tariffs. Next day he makes a tweet saying that he's gonna buy a new Tesla.
Oh, he did say that. He said he was going to buy a Tesla to support Elon Musk or something because Tesla's losing so much in value or something like that.
Exactly. So it's just like I like. It's just like it's almost hilarious how random this president is, but it's also as equally as scary because like how random his thought process is.
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
I did read something the other day. I think it was yesterday that like made a lot of sense. Just like Trump doesn't necessarily believe in like win-win scenarios. So it's like a zero-sum game with him. Like someone has to win
Lose.
and the other person has to lose.
Mm,
So then the way he's negotiating really speaks to that, really art of the deal, where like he has to come across as like he's winning with the tariffs. If not, he's
mm,
going to go even harder versus like the other countries have to lose. So, I mean, obviously, that's not how you win a, if you're trying to negotiate like trade agreements and all that, that's probably not the best way to go about it with other countries. So it's just going down a really dark path. But.
I know, but because that's the thing, with politicians, you're supposed to be like politically correct, literally. That's where the term comes from. Like there's a way of communicating with like world leaders.
Yeah, because the whole point is to work together, right?
Exactly. But
Yeah.
he's like it's not even like locker room talk. It's almost like bullying at points. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah. Straight up, he's carrying the big stick because he's like, I'm the ruler of America, so I have ultimate power and say over everything. And I mean, it's unfortunate that like everyone's over the last couple of years, his behavior has been rewarded, right? Either by like the Supreme Court or by the people. Like he is who he is during the election run. And then like the voters voted for him. So like, it's yeah.
Yeah, it's just a lot of layers. But you know what?
Yeah.
If we think about this too much, this is gonna be a bit of a headache.
Yeah. I did want to ask you actually.
Yes.
Have you noticed yourself shopping more Canadian stuff?
Yes.
I have genuinely done that actually. Like whenever I
Yeah.
go to the supermarket, I see so many like Shop Canada or like Canadian products made in Canada or whatever.
Yeah.
And I like specifically look for those now. And anything that is like made in the US, say for example, like most recently, I went into Save On and I saw like a bag of oranges and I'm like, product of California. I'm like, usually I would buy that for my daughter and
Mhm.
not today.
Mhm. No, but I've been doing that, because I love Doritos. But now I buy Arriba.
Is that Mexico? Mexican?
No, Arriba is made in Alberta, which is like a Doritos dupe, but it tastes the same.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah,
That's a way
so
to do it, dude. Well
yeah,
done. Well
I
done.
know.
All
So,
right.
but yeah, I guess we can jump into the topic now.
Let's jump right into it. All right. So today we're doing another episode of $1,000,000 Bad Ideas.
Hmm.
So let's assume. Okay. So the point of this game is we are going to provide $1,000,000 business ideas, or all of a sudden you had $1,000,000 for a business idea.
Hmm.
So the ideas that we come up with has to be like something that like logically kind of makes sense, but on paper, it's just a terrible business proposal.
Okay.
That's it. And then by the end of it, each of us take turn, share some stuff, and when we just at the end need to agree whether or not it's a good or bad idea.
Okay.
And we, I guess, have to poke holes into each other. And
Let's
Artha,
do
I
it.
will
I
tell
love
you
poking
how
holes.
terrible all your ideas. All right, cool.
Yes. Okay,
Go
let's
for it.
start with
Shoot.
you. No, you
All
start
right.
first.
Okay. Okay. So, okay, I'm just trying to think. Okay, so the first one that I wrote, it's actually quite similar to what you were talking about off air, about what you've been doing with Hinge. We're just gonna talk about it. We're diving right into it. Okay,
We're
so
not. Okay.
it's
I'm
it's a
denying everything.
it's what they call an AI dating ghostwriter. So the
Okay.
whole idea is like, okay, so I'm putting my headspace into someone like yourself who is
Mhm.
constantly on these dating apps, right? So
Yeah.
the amount, okay, from experience, from what I've heard, it's not from experience because I've been married for way too long, is the amount of time that it takes in order to swipe right, swipe left, communicating with various people on these dating apps that you match with, like Hinge, like you said, um takes way too much time. What if you can use an AI to take over what you're doing? So essentially, you have an AI that takes over your dating apps, and then you know does all the communicating to you with the people. It has all your information, so it personalizes your answers to all the conversations that you have with people that
Hmm.
you match with.
Yeah.
And then once there's a like gets to a point where like they're ready to meet up and whatnot, right? Like that's what the AI does. Then it passes the conversation back to you. And
Okay.
then you would take over and then you'd be like, okay, thank you, AI. Let's seal the deal and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Or alternatively, if it doesn't, look like it's leading to that conversation, it will slowly just ruin the relationship for you with increasingly unhinged messages. So it just goes downhill for you if it's not going well. But if it is going well, then it'll just pass things over to you to kind of like move things along. What are
Okay. What are my thoughts? I don't know. It'll be like if you match with someone and then you meet in real life and it turns out you're not as interesting as AI. It's gonna be a bit problematic, isn't it?
Yes, but isn't that already happened in most like on the app
That's
already?
true. Catfishing, hey.
Yeah. I mean, like, okay, so to your point, right? Like you have someone doing all the work for you, and then you're just kind of like speed dating, speed past the like initial small talk crap that you go through. And then like obviously, you want to make sure you have the personality to match. I mean, that's the job of AI, right? It's personalized to match exactly how you talk, when you say, what you say, all your information. So like
Hmm.
by the time you meet the person in person, it will be exactly like how you say it because the AI sounds like you. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't know. Well, I guess it depends
Okay,
on the
okay, okay.
algorithm. I guess it depends on the algorithm. Yeah.
So, I mean, let me just turn it back to you. Would you use this?
Me? I don't know. It depends on the interface, Joseph. Right now, it just feels a lot of like holes. It just
Well, wait,
feels
wait,
like,
wait, wait.
is that possible? It's just like, what's the difference of that with like me talking to like, when you open like illegal streaming websites if you want to watch like a sports game or whatever,
I
and
would
then suddenly
never use
and
illegal streaming
suddenly
websites.
suddenly there's like pop-ups of like cute single woman in your area want to chat with you today. What's the difference with that?
I mean, that is fake, right? So, like, that's fake. I'm saying
Okay.
the AI on like Hinge or whatever, it's still got your face on it. So they think it's you
Same with
talking.
the same with the single one
Yes,
in your
but I'm
area. They got your face somehow.
but I'm
Sorry.
saying it would be passed over to you if they're interested.
Okay.
You would take over the conversation.
So can I say this is like, like if you go on like those like I guess like airlines or things like that, and then you talk to an AI chatbot and then eventually you get passed to an agent after you answer all the questions?
Yes, but I'm saying you wouldn't know you're talking to an AI agent. The
Okay.
entire time you think you're talking to a real person.
All right. Okay.
That's the difference. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'll try it. You know what? I'll try it. Why not?
The scary part, unfortunately, is like I know, like I can tell in the future, because like the world's moving towards AI, right? Like, have you watched the movie Her,
Yeah.
where people are like forming relationships with a chatbot essentially? That's gonna happen in the future, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
there's
already
gonna be one
happening.
day. It is
No,
already happening, right? Yeah.
no, just no, really. Like, if you go on
Yeah.
Instagram, there's a lot of like you know, like basically, like mostly, again, this is just my observation, but it just happens like a lot of like creators who post kind of like thirst traps.
Dude, I see them all the time.
They use deep fake, so they basically put like someone's face on like another person's body
Mm-hmm.
and just keep on reposting it. And what they sell in their bio is like, chat with me today, and then you pay a subscription to it. So it's not like OnlyFans because it's fake. These
Mm-hmm.
people are fake, but like they connect you with like an AI chatbot, so you'd think you're like talking to someone. And the only reason I know these are all fake is like, you know, when I see just videos of thirst traps, it's like, oh, why is the face twitchy? You know, because some of them are really good, some of them are really bad. So
I've actually looked through a couple of them more for curiosity, and then I'm
hmm
like,
I
that's
wish
AI. I
now
can
I wish your
tell.
wife listened to this.
I mean, she will. I mean, I'll tell her straight up. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah,
sometimes I get suspicious because I'm like, this is AI. There's
it
something
is.
weird about this. Like you can tell if they're not like doing a whole bunch of action and the video's like, 10 seconds long or something like that, because that's like what AI can generate these days in terms of video. So I'm like, but it will get better, I will say. All right,
Yeah.
back to you.
Okay. All right. So my $1 million bad idea, okay, is me. I'm gonna start an electric. All right, I'm gonna start an electric mini pickup truck company to compete with like those F-150s that are like humongous because you can't find parking. And when this company picks up, Joseph, when this company picks up, right, I'm gonna buy a social media platform. All right, I'm gonna buy a social media platform. It'll be great, and I'm gonna support the radical left. I'm gonna support the radical left.
Wait, I'm trying to figure out your idea. You are going to start an electric pickup truck company.
But like those K trucks, those small ones,
Okay, so a small K truck that's electric to compete with what?
to compete with like those huge F-150s on the road.
Okay. For one, I think you're going to need a whole lot more than $1 million to start an
I
electric
know,
K truck
I know.
company. And
That's why it's called bad ideas, right? Right. And then I'm gonna buy it when I'm successful. I'm gonna buy a social media platform.
okay,
And I'm gonna support the radical left. I'm basically playing fire, like fighting fire with fire here. It's the
I'm
only way.
legitimately trying to figure out where you're going with this.
All I'm saying, it's a bad idea. It's a bad idea to start a successful electric car company and then to buy a social media platform and support one side of the radical politics. It's a bad idea, yo. Saying it's a bad idea. You can lose like almost like hundreds of $1 billion of values
Yeah.
per week.
I would love the idea of an electric K truck, I'm not going to lie. It
Right.
sounds like it would be great for moving and stuff.
You know what? I think the idea is good. The part where I like buy a social media platform is bad. So that's where my bad idea comes.
Well, that's true. Oh, fair enough.
I think you know what? I think a lot of people like pickup trucks, and fair, it's okay. But like, why do they all have to be like humongous? You know what I mean? Imagine
That's
like a
true.
pickup truck with like a size of like just like a CRV or something. It's nice. It'll be like nice, compact. You can find parking.
Yes, but then at that point, it's like, why does it need to be a pickup truck? Why can't it just be an SUV?
No, because you have
So
to
then
cut
it's
the back.
covered. I guess it depends on what you carry in it or something, right?
Right,
So, are
right.
you are
So
you gonna
yeah.
have are you gonna have a kid named what's his name?
Oh
Max
my God,
Mechanicus
Mechanicus Maximus. Wait, what's his name? Mechanicus. Oh
Max?
my God.
Yeah,
Well, we'll see. Hopefully, like I can get a wife, and then your AI
yeah.
dating thing.
Don't worry. Once you make a whole buttload of money, the women will come.
Indeed, indeed. Okay, but anyway, I have to head
Did
out
you
in
know?
5 minutes. Let's start our ending
Sounds
remarks.
good. Sounds good. You know he has 14 kids now. I just want to
Holy,
throw that out there.
holy
He has
moly!
14 kids now. Yeah, it just
Amazing.
came out. I don't understand. I'm sure he has a lot more out there. He has issues. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know you have to get out in 4 minutes. So we're gonna cut it short today. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's just $1 million bad idea because each of us just shared one, but it
Yeah.
is what it is. Yeah, always a fun time. Okay, so Artha, after this meeting or after this podcast, what are you going to do?
What I'm gonna have a call with someone.
Bad answer. You're going to be
Okay.
setting up some YouTube shorts.
I'm technologically inept.
I'm just here for the face and the talks.
Yeah. I'm just here for the vibes, man. I was like, I don't know. I'm like, I don't even remember our password. So
Nah, true. All right, Artha,
it's so
why don't
easy.
you?
Like,
Yeah. Why don't you drop our lines and do all the follows and likes and stuff.
okay, yeah, everybody, don't forget to follow us, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Chat and That Podcast. I know in the coming weeks we're definitely gonna post more shorts because apparently that's where we've been getting views.
So we're gonna get like 800 to 1,000 views per shorts that we put out. Obviously.
Amen, bro. Amen. You know what? We gotta manifest that shit.
Yeah. And how many likes are we gonna get per?
10.
Nice.
I'm
All right.
optimistic, but I'm also realistic. Realist, right?
No, that's fair. That's fair.
But no, I think we talk a lot of interesting things today. It's probably our most political podcast.
That's true. But I like to think we always keep it light. You know, keep it fun. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, anywho, I think we're gonna call it here. Thank
Cool
you everyone for
beans.
watching. We will talk to you or join us again next week when we dive into another something. I don't know what we're going to talk about yet.
Another interesting topic that we're both going to be really well prepared for.
Woohoo! Always.
All
I mean,
right,
I had like 3 other ideas. I'm just telling you, but we just
okay. All right, then we have 3 ideas for the next 3 weeks. Woohoo!
All right. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.